Welcome to the Clapper Racing YouTube channel. Well, that escalated quickly. I've got the transmission out. It took me 2 days because it was stuck. The splines, as you can see, twisted from all the two-step launches at the track, and it was completely wedged in the twin disc clutch. I had to put a ratchet strap on each side, about as tight as a banjo string, and tie it to the rear control arms, and then pry on it as hard as I could, and it finally come out. So that's coming out, and I'm actually picking up a glide for it tomorrow. Tired of screwing with the stick shift. All the problems I've had with it. I've had this transmission out probably 8 or 9 times now. Just sick of it. So I'm gonna put the glide in here, and this thing is gonna go 9s one way or the other. So I'm gonna document my little transition here along the way, and hopefully I can get it done pretty quick. I don't know if I can get it done before streetcar takeover. It would probably take a miracle. I called PTC about a converter, and they're about 4 weeks out, and SCT is in 2 weeks. So we'll see if something comes up. It's a good deal or something, I might jump on it, but as of right now, it's going to be a far stretch to do that. But I'm gonna keep chugging along at night after work, and see how far I can get with this thing. So stay tuned for more. All right, boys and girl, left off, I believe, with getting my glide. This come in the other day. This is a flex plate with the spacer built in for the small block Chevy style converter nose. The nose of the converter gets in this little spacer right here. That part right there. And so I got the also had the transmission bolted in right now because I was in a scramble this past weekend. I had to go to New Jersey with my wife, but back from that now, so it's after work, and got time to work on the car, so that's what I'm gonna do. I've got the got my compressor running. I've got the Powerglide bolted up because I needed to get a drive shaft measurement. So there it is in the car, bolted up real quick. I just got 2 bolts in it. As you can see, I still got the clutch in there, but I just jammed it up in there to get a measurement for the drive shaft, which should be here Wednesday. Today is Monday. So I'm gonna pull the bolts back out, let the transmission back down, and probably gonna mark where this transmission mount needs to go, and so I can move it up. I don't really want to extend this that far, and I think that would be too much leverage on this. So I'm gonna make it where I can just put it here if I want to go back to T56, or I can put it here if I want to keep it glide, and we'll see how that works. Hopefully it'll fit right. If not, I'll have to end up extending the transmission mount. So I'm gonna get started pulling this transmission out again, and then pulling the clutch off and putting the flex plate on. My shifter has been trying to be delivered, I think, twice now, and I'm not home, of course, because I'm at work. Had it come in on Friday, and then it tried to come today again, but obviously I'm at work, and I can't sign for it when I'm at work, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. That's really the only part I'm worried about, is getting the shifter situated in there straight. I ordered the transmission cooler, which should be here Wednesday also. So I'm scrambling, guys. I may not do a whole lot of filming on this. I may just kind of step you along the way, but trying to get it ready so I can at least take it to streetcar takeover. I'm not gonna run it. It'll be a miracle if I can even drive it around there. But I'm trying, and I'll film it a little bit along the way as I can. Lowered the old Powerglide back down. Got the flex plate bolted up. Got red Loctite on the bolts. Torqued down to about 4 or 5 ooga-doogas. And gonna keep chugging along. I got the Glide in there. I don't have the converter bolts in it yet. I'll wait on that. Make sure I've got everything in the way it needs to be and make sure I don't have to move anything. But looks good so far. Everything's fitting pretty good. I may try to mess with this transmission mount today. I'm not sure, but I don't have any bolts for it anyway, so not a whole lot I can do with it. But like I said, I got the clutch off today. Bolted this transmission in. I got 2 bolts in it now, so we'll keep on moving forward with this thing, and hopefully I can have it done. A little bit more progress today on the RX7. Got the cross member in for the transmission. I left the studs in for the T56 right here and over there in case I ever want to go back. But so cross members in, and picked up the shifter today also. So I'm going to try to start putting that in. That's my biggest fear of getting it right, because I don't want to rush through and do a shoddy job on getting the shifter in, because that's part of the feel of the inside. So here's the shifter being in Pro Stick. I just picked it up today. Me and the FedEx man were playing phone tag, or package tag, I guess you could call it, because it was a signature required, and I obviously was at work. So he would try to deliver at about 11 o'clock every day, and I wasn't home, obviously, because I have to work. So here's the shifter here. So just a little 2-speed Glide shifter, and I'm going to start trying to fit it up and mount it the best I can. I got some plate here, a couple pieces of plate. I could try to make a mounting plate for it, but get started on that and see how far I get. Alright guys, it's pretty late. I need to go to bed because it's a work night, but I got the shifter test mounted. I've got 2 bolts in there. I used the nut certs and put those in the actual shifter base and drilled through the bottom of the floor, put those in. And I have to make some kind of strap on the front. I had to cut a little bit. I had to notch the sheet metal up here, as you can see, where the shifter went. So that's notched. The only thing I really didn't want to do is I didn't want to have to cut anything here or anything here. I think that looks lazy, and I kind of wanted this thing to look factory. It's very close up here, but I think it looks pretty freaking good. So I'm gonna have to build something to hold the front down, and something that goes across here and bolts to the front of the shifter to keep it sturdy on the front. But other than that, the shifter is pretty much where it's going to be, and hopefully I can get some kind of cover or shift boot or something made to go over this, so I won't have to have an open thing there. I'm not going to use the cover. The cover that it comes with, I think it's ugly, so I'm not going to use it. But I think it looks pretty freaking good so far. So I'm probably going to stop tonight, clean up a little bit. I don't know if you can see my ugly face, but I'm going to stop tonight, clean up, put my tools up, and maybe start tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But pretty happy with the progress today. Got the cross member in and got the shifter mounted, so well, halfway mounted, so that's pretty decent. But I'm gonna call it for tonight. Got some parts in today. Got my drive shaft from Precision Shaft Technologies. I called these guys last Thursday. It is Thursday today. I mean Wednesday, excuse me. And it is here. I compared it to my old drive shaft, which this one was about 3 inches too short, and it looks like I've got my measurements right, so hopefully that'll go in there with no issues. And also I have this tranny cooler from Derail, I think that's how you say it, Derail Performance. And it's got the 3/8 barbs that screw on this. It's -6 AN, but it comes with these fittings here to screw these on there. I think it's this is the 13700 part number. So it's a pretty nice cooler. Hopefully it'll cool like I need it to. But it's time to get back at it. There's a piston. There's a Remy. Well, here we are, morning of streetcar takeover. And so I had to pull the transmission out, as you can see, and I have to put this shift selector in here. Here's the one that was in the transmission, and obviously they're a lot different. And B&M, the shifter I got comes with this shift selector here, so I had to pull it back out because this was hitting on the floor when I was trying to pull it out. So not a huge deal, but it's kind of aggravating. Reached a stopping point for today, I think. I've got the transmission back in. I haven't put the converter bolts in yet. I'll do that. Got the shifter linkage cable hooked up, and pulled it through the gears, and everything seems to look pretty good on it. So I'm pretty happy with it, but I think I'm done for the day. I worked myself to death on this thing all week, and so I'm gonna clean up my mess here and probably get ready to head out in just a little bit. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna film anything there or not. Probably not. Probably just gonna go ahead and enjoy myself and chill out. But that's it for now. I'm off next week, so I'll get this car together, and if everything goes good, I'll take it to the track next weekend. But take care.